Listen, so far, 2023 has been filled with movies about dragons, assassins, superheroes. What am I missing?
Sneakers?
Yes, sneakers. Listen, Ben Affleck brings an amazing story that no one was asking for, and I don't even think anyone was thinking about. One of the most popular shoes in the entire world, Michael Jordan's,
No,
Air Jordans.
It's the greatest thing to happen to feet since sandals.
Yeah, or since feet.
Since toenails, yeah.
Since feet.
Yeah.
Air is in theaters, and we had an opportunity to see this movie, and I got to tell you, listen, being a longtime sneaker fan.
Okay.
I mean, my days of sneaker buying have long gone.
It's too much work
You
now.
grow up and you're just like, whatever. I don't
too
even
old
care.
for this.
I don't even care anymore.
Yo, Danny, go over.
But there was a time when me and my friend, my boy Cash, we would spend paychecks.
Camp out the EB lens and
Never have to camp out because we always had an inside man. You always gotta have an inside man.
You gotta have a guy.
Yeah, you gotta.
I don't have a guy.
Or two. You gotta have a guy or two. To get your hands on the latest Jordans that drop. That's how popular they are. You can no longer just walk in and just pretty much buy drops off the shelf these days. Nowadays, you have to win a raffle or stay online with bots.
I never win.
And or have an inside guy.
Yeah.
But Ben Affleck tells this beautiful story about the creation of the very first Air Jordan sneaker, essentially when Michael Jordan first got the deal with Nike.
Yeah, so let's even back a little bit further. So it's funny, we've done a lot of these now, and it seems like every week is like, hey, this movie's super fun. Hey, this movie's fun. This is the first time so far this year, in a loaded year, that we can literally just say, this movie is amazing.
Extremely amazing.
It's so good.
Extremely amazing.
It's an interesting story where basically, everyone knows, and if you don't know, if like you're one of these kids that thinks he's not, Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player to ever lace up his shoes. And it's not even close.
Yeah.
Not LeBron, Michael. But I don't think people understood. Even me, I knew some of the story, but the extent he changed the game. Without the story from this movie, LeBron isn't a billionaire. Michael Jordan's not a billionaire. Someone else owns the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, and it's not even. Here's the thing. It's not even really him. It's moms.
Yeah. You learn a lot in the story, backstory about how the strings were pulled in order for this incredible, iconic shoe to come forth. A lot of people think that Michael Jordan was one of the greatest basketball players ever, and he did his thing on the court. But it wasn't like Nike, just came to the table and said, "Hey, Michael, we want to give you a deal," and he just ran with them.
No, he told Nike to chew rocks multiple times.
Yeah.
Back then, Nike didn't really do basketball shoes.
Yeah.
They were a jogging shoe company.
And it's so crazy because this shoe's been so prominent in my life and in everyone's life that I never even once thought about Nike ever not being the shoe. I remember growing up and during hip hop when it first was coming about, Adidas was the shoe. Even in Boston,
it was all
anyone, 3 stripes. Boston, we're from Massachusetts.
Central,
we're from Massachusetts, so Adidas was very prominent, but it never dawned on me because it just, I guess maybe that was just my generation. When I grew up, Nike was kind of
because Jordan
rising.
Because Jordan got drafted when we were young kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first off, we were lucky enough to be alive for, and watch the Jordan career.
Yeah.
And you didn't see it; it was something else. But like I said, and this is the other thing too. It's like, and I heard some people complain after we got out of the theater. So
really.
Yeah, but I heard. So here's the thing: if you go to this movie, not a spoiler, I just want to give you a heads up. This is not a movie about Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's not.
So this entire movie, 2 hours, you don't see Michael Jordan.
Yeah, at all, ever.
You don't see his face.
Ever.
You don't hear the kid doesn't. There's a kid who stands in for him.
Who looks just like young Jordan.
Well, from the back, so all you see is the side of the shoulder.
Side of the face.
He doesn't talk. This movie is about.
No, he talked a little bit. And
that was Michael Jordan's voice. Yeah. Recorded. That was Mike.
Well, he sounded just like him if it wasn't, so.
This movie is about the guys at Nike and Jordan's parents.
Yeah, and I have no problem with that.
Oh.
Because like you said, we don't need another sports movie about the guy running up and down the court. We got a lot of those on Disney Plus.
Yeah, we do.
What I really wanted to know was the business aspect, and that's what you get. You get a lot about the deal, how it went down, how the other players, including Adidas, who else was in there? Converse, which was never a poppin' sneaker to me, at least.
It was in the early 80s, man. It was the shoe. It was the on-court shoe.
And it's so weird because they're not comfortable at all.
No,
I wear them now as casual wear. Like I'll wear Chucks, low low chucks.
My
just
daughter's
for-
favorite shoe.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
All-Star. She's
Just
got
for,
like
but
90 of
back then I wasn't checking for them. But you get a lot of the deal. You get a lot of the meetings and how the cutthroatness, the behind scenes, like things that I would have never in a million years thought that they did, or the lengths that they went just to get him signed with them was just amazing.
Yeah.
But one of the things that stood out to me, and I was saying this in my out of theater review, was that unbelievable cast. Like, you want to
Yes.
talk about getting the right people to do the job that they're paid to do.
Yeah.
Like, literally, no one in this movie drops the ball. There's not one person lacking in this movie. Not one person. And that says a lot about Ben as a director, or whoever he had casting this, and the collaboration and how it all came together,
Yeah.
because Chris Tucker's been out of the scene for a long time.
Yep.
He comes back and it's like he never left.
Killed it.
Like he never left. Jason Bateman,
Killed
we
it.
haven't really seen anything since Ozark, and he's
Well, it's kind of like was on last year, right?
yeah, I know, but he's been
He's
chill.
always solid though.
He's been chill, but he comes in. We got a different side of him. He
Oh
wasn't.
yeah, he's not Arrested Development Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
He's not snarky He's
Yeah.
not Teen Wolf 2 Jason Bateman.
There were a
My
lot of.
second Teen Wolf 2 reference on these reviews.
It was a lot of scenes with him and Matt
Yeah.
that kind of touched. Like, I was kind of choked.
Yeah,
Like,
there's some stuff.
and you didn't expect that, because it feels like everybody in the bullpen is like fast, quick and witty, and then that moment when the deal gets made.
Sorry if you haven't been in a store the last 40 years, but
that moment when the deal gets made,
yeah.
like, I'm like, what?
Well, because I never dropped my basketball.
Yeah.
I never knew how. Basically, if that Jordan deal doesn't go through, it was either it was Jordan or John Stockton.
Yeah.
And John Stockton's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the
Yeah.
best point guards ever. But
Yeah.
basically, if that Jordan deal doesn't go through, Nike doesn't make basketball shoes anymore.
Yeah.
And there is no Nike basketball shoe.
Yeah.
And then who knows? I mean, kids could be wearing, British Knights still. I mean, or something like
I
that. You
remember
know.
British Knights.
So I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like we're talking high stakes. Like, Michael Jordan is worth billions of dollars because of this shoe.
Yeah.
He bought an NBA team because of shoes, not because of player salaries, because of shoes.
Yeah, and dude, like, I want to get back to this cast. It's so
Okay,
it's so
let's
phenomenal.
get one thing out of the way. So this movie was hyped up as being like the first like we said, you've had your Ant-Man and your Mario and all that stuff. This is your first like heavy hitter like drama that's come out. Viola, granted, there's no more year to come. Right now, Viola Davis is the front runner for Best Actress.
Do you think
I do.
for that?
Yeah,
She was dope.
she was amazing.
dope.
I mean,
Yeah.
I always go back to like DC stuff. Like the contrast between her playing Michael Jordan's mom and her playing like Waller. I mean, she is a chameleon. That woman. She's so good. And like Jordan said, like you have to cast her, or else we're not doing the movie.
some of the best moments in this film are the back and forth
Between her and Matt.
between Matt and Ben. Dude, the director is coming on screen and nailing lines like,
I love Ben Affleck so much.
dude, I'm like, man, listen, I love the scene with Viola and Matt in the backyard. Love that
Yeah,
scene.
it's amazing.
I love the scene when she's in the meetings with all the other competition with Converse and all these guys.
When Matt's like, I'm telling you exactly how this is going to go, and everything is
Oh my god, dude! The dialogue. Like I said, the dialogue in this movie, the back and forth between actors,
It's written so well.
It's so even the little quips between Matt and Jason when Jason's trying to talk him out of running after Jordan. And who's the gentleman that played the Jordan's agent?
Oh, he's the guy from what was he?
He was amazing too.
Yeah,
he was great.
He was on that the Mindy Project show. He was the doctor she dated.
Yeah,
I forget his name. I
yeah.
apologize.
He was amazing in this as well. Listen,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, like this is what Air is, and we can wrap with this, right? Air is your basic story. It's just it's linear. It's bland, but then you put these actors in this story. You put these actors in here to tell this story, and they take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, you have a 2-hour long movie with no car chases, no fight scene, no big chase through the airport after the girl, none of that stuff, and it does not
No
drag
naked
at all.
women, no.
Like they just, I mean, it's a tour de force.
And I think there was like literally one profanity word, like one word, one swear, and we got an apology right after.
Yeah.
When he swore in front of Viola, and he's
Yeah.
like, "I'm sorry." Like literally, this is storytelling at its best.
It really
and
is.
great direction and great acting and everything. That you're right. I don't. If this does not get nominated,
So I think right off the bat, at least for Golden Globes, right? I think Air's getting nominated for Best Picture, Ben Affleck for Best Director, Viola for Best Actress. The hardest thing is going to be is who do you give the supporting actor ones to? Because you could go Chris Tucker,
you could go,
Jason Bateman, you could go the guy who played Pete, the guy who designed the.
Oh yeah, he was great too.
And who would have thought the guy in the basement? It was all him. Like he did the Jumpman logo. I mean, it's just cool. It's a big part of our history. Being like the age we are. Yeah. Jordan's a part of Americana. He's like, I mean, Michael Jordan is like apple pie. So to learn how all this stuff almost didn't happen. Just imagine a world where, I mean, there still would have been a Michael Jordan. He still would have been the best, won 6 championships, yada yada yada. But imagine a world where there's no Jordan sneakers, there's no Jumpmans, and Michael Jordan's wearing plain white Converses. Isn't that fun? That's weird, man. That is funky.
Listen, he changed the face of the culture because with Jordan shoes came fashion within the hip hop genre, came status.
That's true.
Hip hop movies. Like think of that scene from Spike Lee Do the Right Thing. That whole scene, what it meant when the guy scuffed the J's. Like, come on, man. It was literally like the first sneaker that was over $100.
It was, yeah. They said because there's a line in the movie where when they have to cut him royalty checks. Like, what's the big deal? What's the most we ever sold in one single shoe? $3 million. In his rookie year, Jordan sold $164 million.
Yeah. And
then after that, Jordan averaged $400 million in revenue.
Yeah.
Not Nike, just Jordan's cut.
Yeah.
It's insane. And I mean, just think about that. Doesn't happen. Think about a world where is Miles Morales as big of a deal if he's walking down the street in Skechers?
No, because that was the appeal to urban audiences when we saw a Spider-Man wearing Jordan 1s. I know it was for me. I was like, yo, he's already cool just because of what he got on his feet. Like, I didn't really care about it. I'm like, 1, he's Spider-Man. 2, he's black and Spanish. 3, he got on J's. This guy is my Spider-Man, like, immediately. So think about that when you're like, why is the shoe a big deal?
You'd be at SneakerCon buying off-white Crocs. It just has the same zing to it,
I just, listen, Air is probably one of my favorite movies of the year right now. It might be my number 1 right now.
It's the best movie this year so far.
Yeah,
and
right
we've
now,
seen some heaters. It's been a fun year.
And we said we won't say it now, but we've said what our weakest film of 2023 is right now. You'd be very surprised, especially coming from me. But what we've seen right now, Air right now is probably top of the list. And there's still more to come, and we can't wait to talk to you all more about it.
You see everything.
Yeah, we do.
Follow, subscribe, come on back.
So that's
real quick. I mean, obviously, there's not a lot to talk about this movie. Everyone should go see it.
Yeah,
and you really should. But also, just in the comments, drop your favorite Jordan shoe because we're curious.
I'll tell you mine right now. 11 Concords, best Jordans ever come out. I get them every time they drop. Those are the only Jordans that I come out for. Like other ones could be here and there. I've had these. I'm wearing ones right now, and I've had them since 2016. And I didn't even remember that until I saw a picture on an old SD card, and I was like, "Oh, when did I get these?" And it was like 2016.
Yeah.
But
the ones I always wanted, I can never get was, remember the first year the Jumpmans came out in the Carolina blue with like the gum base? Yeah, those are the ones I wanted so bad. And they came out again. I still couldn't get them. They're like $500 a freaking pair.
2 totally different markets here, like of shoes, and it's like this guy, you can't question anything about his greatness. Like, not a lot of people are doing that. But I want to say that Air is top notch right now, top number 1 movie right now. Go check it out.
10.
Yeah, easily. Just for the, and if you're a person that just loves acting, if you love actors,
even if you don't know anything about sports, I mean,
watch these guys go chew face, bro. They're just
they chew scenery for 2 hours.
Like nothing. Yeah, like nothing.
It's the masters at work. It really is.
Yeah.
It truly is.
So let us know. Are you interested in seeing Air? Are you hyped to see it? Are you going to see it? Have you already seen it? If you don't even know it exists, which is crazy if you don't know it exists, but if you don't, drop a comment below. Let us know what you thought about Air, when you're going to go see it. And again, let us know what your favorite Jordan shoe is. And until next time, guys, hope you enjoy the show.